They want you to react. That's the trap. They want to trigger you, pull you into their chaos. And the moment you lose your calm, you lose your identity. They don't need to be right. They just need you to forget who you are. They provoke you, draw you in, make you argue, explain, unravel. And the second you do, they win. Not because they're stronger, not because they're right, but because you stepped off your path and onto theirs. And when you lose your path, you lose your purpose. Stoicism teaches us one hard but liberating truth. You are responsible for your own mind. Nothing more, nothing less. So don't argue, don't react. Just level up in silence. Because silence is not avoidance, silence is focus. Silence is the weapon of those who understand. The real battlefield isn't out there. It's in here. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." And that's exactly where your power begins. When someone insults you and you remain still, that's power. When they twist your words and you don't chase the correction, that's strength. When they try to drag your name and you rise above it untouched, that's peace. The kind of peace they'll never understand. Why? Because most people are addicted to being seen, obsessed with being right, caught in the endless cycle of defending and explaining. But you are no longer one of them. You've evolved. You don't argue with noise. You don't waste your breath correcting someone's false perception. You're not here to be understood, you're here to become unshakable. And that's what Stoicism demands. Stop explaining your value to people who can't see it. You don't need applause to know your work matters. You don't need praise to believe your path is worthy. You don't need a response to feel your presence is powerful. Because true presence comes from within. Epictetus said, "What disturbs us is not events, but our judgment about them." When you react, it's not them you're fighting. It's your own ego, your insecurity, your craving to be seen, heard, validated. But when you train yourself to pause, breathe, and not respond right away, you win. That space between stimulus and response, that's where your life is shaped. That's where your strength is forged. That's where the old you dies and the new you begins. They won't understand your silence. That's okay. Let them wonder why you don't clap back. Let them feel uneasy when they can't provoke you. Let them talk louder while you grow. Quieter, sharper, stronger. Seneca said, "He who angers you, conquers you." We learned, he who angers you, conquers you. So if you want to remain undefeated, here's the key: stay calm. You don't need to accept every battle that invites you. Not every conflict is worth your energy. Some fights are just traps dressed up as truth. Some arguments only exist to keep you stuck and far from your own growth. And here's what most people miss. The moment you argue, you validate their version of reality. You give weight to their lie. You breathe life into something that was never worth your breath. So instead, let your results do the talking. Let your silence speak through fire. Let your peace become so complete, so powerful, that people start asking, "What changed?" And you simply say, "Nothing," because you don't owe them an explanation. You don't argue because you've evolved past the need. You don't react because you're too focused to be dragged into chaos. You level up in silence. And during that silence, while they're still trying to get your attention, you're outgrowing them, you're healing. You're building a future where their noise no longer belongs. And here's the truth no one ever says out loud. Not reacting doesn't mean you're passive. It means you're dangerous in a different way, the kind of danger that never flinches, that doesn't chase, that never has to raise its voice to prove a point. Because the deeper your silence, the stronger your presence. And when you live that way, they stop testing you, not because you scare them, but because they finally realize nothing they do affects you anymore. That's real power. If someone mocks your discipline, keep building. If someone disrespects your boundaries, keep walking. If someone laughs at your silence, let them. Because one day when they come back, curious, confused, maybe even apologetic, they won't find the old version of you waiting. They'll find distance. They'll find calm. They'll find someone who leveled up, while they were still busy trying to win a meaningless argument. You didn't rise by fighting. You rose by refusing to be pulled down. And that they will never forget. So don't argue. Don't react. Just level up. In silence. Because you are not here to be controlled. Not here to perform. Not here to prove anything. You are here to become. And becoming doesn't happen in conflict. It happens in solitude. In discipline. In the kind of silence that breaks chains without making a sound. So the next time someone tries to trigger you, don't flinch, don't respond, don't explain, just breathe and keep building, because you've got work to do, because your energy is expensive now, because peace is your new standard. We explored how silence becomes your strength, and if you're still here, still watching, that already says something powerful about you. You didn't come here for noise. You didn't show up for surface-level advice or empty motivational cliches. You came here because a part of you is done explaining, done overreacting, done chasing after people and validation that were never yours to begin with. You came here because you want something deeper, something real. And maybe for the first time in your life, you're realizing that peace isn't something you find out there. It's something you create in here. And that creation, it starts with silence, with not reacting, with not lowering yourself, with choosing yourself again and again in a world designed to distract you, offend you, and drain you. The fact that you've stayed this far tells me something even louder than words. You're ready for more than just a temporary moment of clarity. You're ready to live with intention, with strength, with calm, and that's exactly what this channel is built to do with you. Brick by brick. This isn't content. This is training for your mind, for your soul, for those days when everything in you wants to react, but you won't. Not anymore. You're going to breathe. You're going to stay grounded. You're going to walk away from anything that insults your intelligence, your peace, and your worth. So if you're ready to keep walking this path, the quiet, disciplined, stoic path, stay here. Stick around. Let this channel be your reminder, your refuge when the world gets too loud, when the weight on your shoulders feels heavier than usual. I'm not here to entertain you. I'm here to challenge you. To challenge your habits, your reactions, your excuses, and most of all, I'm here to remind you, again and again, silence is not weakness, it's power, under control.